Hello,
Hello.
heroes and villains. Welcome to Multiverse. So tonight we will go live at 5. Already, you can see people already ask me to join the group. Usually, that's what happens. As soon as I log in, I get in, people asking for an invite. Now here we are. I did a test a bit earlier today, where as soon as as soon as I logged in, someone invited me to go play an instance. So these are the price of fame, sadly. So how are you, Mister Flashpoint?
I'm okay. I don't see the stream working though. Oh, there you go. Now it popped up.
Yeah, it seems to be starting.
Hmm. PlayStation struggling, I guess.
Could be, could be.
Hmm.
Okay, let's
All right.
test the chat.
Hey, hey, everybody. What do you
Hello,
say,
good sir.
Multi? How are you?
I'm alright, and you?
Good, 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 good.
So tonight we will play the Brainiac missions. So let's see who's here. So guys, send me an invite, or let's try to invite major superheroes. It's easier if you send me an invite. That way, I don't have to try to guess. If you just send me like a text in the chat, it allows me to be able to invite your character without running the chance of making a typo. The Future Flash, I hadn't seen him in a while. Cosmic Destroyer used to be at Live at 5 in the past. We played a lot of missions together. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to uninvite the major superheroes. Today, we are going to try to play the Brainiac missions. So we are going to need. Oh, no, but 423 should be fine. We have to be 419 to play the missions, if I recall correctly. Oh, Mr. Nix is telling us. I'm not sure why the chat is half broken like that. Oh, well. So there's 14 people so far.
Oh, hey, next. How you doing?
Solar Cars Thomas. Hello, The Chosen. Hello, Frolaven. So next is telling us that sadly he wishes he could be here, but he's not going to be here.
Unacceptable.
So we just need one more. Is there someone else I missed? I guess we'll wait for one more person. So for Brainiac Returns, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you have to be combat training 419. So anyone who's combat training 419, send me a tell in the game, or come where we are, and I'll invite you if you're nearby.
So, Multi, how was your week?
I was alright.
Yeah, it's good.
Next reminds me, this Sunday we will have an episode of Let's Talk. We're going to do
Mm-hmm.
that on the Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why are we doing that separately from live at 5? Because during the Let's Talk, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to play missions or not at the same time. Also, Johnny wasn't supposed to be available for tonight, and apparently he is. So, but just there's a few reasons why I decided to make that two different streams. So Sunday we will go live again at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But in that case, it is going to be for Let's Talk. Where at the end of the day, we'll just talk about whatever DCUO news there might be at the time. We'll talk about in this Sunday specifically. We'll talk a bit about what it's like to make DC Universe Online videos on YouTube. So we'll see.
I look forward.
Are you excited, Mr. Flashpoint?
Absolutely.
Now your character is called Johnny Blaze. When I call you Flashpoint, no one understands what I'm talking about. It's crazy. You have to change your name again.
Nah. Well, you should see um, the character I used to have, Flashpoint, before. I renamed him. If you have him on your friends list, you'll see him as a different name now. So,
That's okay. I'll delete any character who doesn't have Flashpoint in their name then.
all I can say is that he's a crappy tank, and you'll understand once you see the name.
Well, if he's like you, he must be very crappy.
It's a fantastic character.
The, the
Fantastic character.
the only fire tank I know who manages to die. That's impossible.
Yep. But I get the
Yeah.
job done.
Always
It's like
playing in God mode. Yeah.
it's like playing in God mode and still not managing to win. Oh, there's Storm Chala. Let's see if he'll join us. So I don't know if we have anyone who can heal. Oh, she did join. Okay. So
If
let's
we're
see if
playing
we
the regular
can.
version, we should be okay.
That's all right. We'll ask if no one can heal. That's fine. The worst that can happen, you will die, and you will not be able. We will not be able to finish. It's okay.
Yep. All the pressure on me.
And if somehow someone decides to play a healer and somehow we mess up still, it doesn't matter. No pressure. I understand that sometimes when we ask someone to heal and they're not used to healing, or maybe they're not geared for healing, we're probably asking too much sometimes of people. So if you try to heal and we still mess up, don't worry. No one will judge you. Oh, Future Flash says I can do it. That's good. So enough stalling. Let us go. So we'll start by playing the two raids from Brainiac Returns. Maybe we'll go play afterwards the bounties in the open world. Maybe. I don't know what you guys says.
Sounds good to me. I mean, I need to get the bounties, so
Oh, that's all right, Storm T'Challa. If you cannot heal, or that's fine. Future Flash decided to sacrifice himself. He'll go. It's all right. There's all. We are going to play live at 5 every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until now, from now until forever, hopefully. So if somehow you guys don't manage to play with us this week, don't worry. Ozar will play again next week, the week after, and if all goes well, every week after that.
all right. So we got two tanks, so there's no excuse to die.
If someone dies, we'll say they're worse than Flashpoint, which is impossible. I have to admit, I like this map. I wish we could have this as Alair, but or as illegal. As illegal, it would be
A
perfect.
league hall, yeah, that's better.
Who
That
knows?
would be amazing. Amazing.
Maybe someday.
Maybe.
I guess I'm gonna have to redo my setup. Oh, I've been trying to get a new PC, and sadly, the one I ordered the other day just didn't want to work, so I had to ship it back. Luckily, I have Amazon Prime, so I did not have to pay for shipping or anything.
You're
Very
getting a
nice.
new PC?
Yeah, my PC is it's going to die on me anytime now. So sometimes I have some weird glitches that happens. So I really have to change it to trade it before I before it dies and I can do nothing with it anymore. But I'm having a hard time finding a good one. And when I thought I had what was going to be a good one, relatively speaking to the price, sadly it just didn't want to work. So, oh yeah, Evil Friday will be back too, Squirrels. For those wondering, usually we play Friday live at 5 with heroes the first 3 weeks of the month. And the last week of the month is Evil Friday with evil villains. The reason for that is quite simple. There's a lot more heroes than villains. There's some weeks where we were not even able to get the full group for Evil Friday, so that tells you how much more heroes there are than villains. So anyway, long story short, I need a new PC. But the way things are set up right now, like my laptop is hiding my loadout, so I'm playing a bit blind right now. But hopefully next week, if all goes well, I should have a new PC. We'll see.
Hopefully.
Hello, Red Knight. Thank you very much.
See, I get my computer like from Best Buy every like 15 years is when I get a new computer.
I've had this one for a while, but this is a laptop I have, and it's can't really upgrade it, so it's I have to get a new PC, and this time I'll get a desktop.
Hmm
I like
I
desktops
mean,
more anyway.
the thing is though, with the way computers are getting better with technology, you can get them in laptops just as powerful as they were 5 years ago on an actual desktop.
Yeah, the problem is that with a laptop, like after 2 years, your laptop is pretty much obsolete.
I'm just saying, like, it for the most part, you can run most things on new modern laptops pretty well.
Yeah, you can, but if you play something like gaming, the games evolve so fast that after 2 years, for gaming, your laptop is a little bit obsolete. So you pretty much like I can play DCUO on my laptop, but it's not as if I had a high-end PC though.
I mean, I can play Grand Theft Auto 5 and Arkham Knight no problem on my laptop, and it's like old.
Oh,
So I don't know.
thank
I
you,
think it just
Scrolls.
really depends. I think it just depends on what you buy, really.
Well, it
You
depends if
know.
you want to keep up with modern games. Like I'm sure there's some games you can play with an old laptop, but what about the latest games that'll come out in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months? Like, will you be able to run Dragon Age? What's it called again? Dragon Age 4. I forget the actual name. The Veil Guard. Will you be able to play that?
I have no idea what that game is, so
I'll see. If you look at the specs and you find out you cannot play it, that'll be very sad.
I suppose.
Oh,
Especially
and
for the
there's
price of
a
it.
just a little shout out before I forget. There's a 51X that I met in game who asked for a shout out. So there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. I had a good desktop way back when, but then I moved one time too many, and sadly I had no more desktop after that. So I had to get back. At the time, I probably should have bought another desktop, but at the time it did seem to be more convenient to get a laptop. Also, I could bring my laptop to work. So
Okay, I have a question. Okay, me and Spawn were talking about this before. All right, do you claim YouTube like income as like for taxes and whatnot?
you're supposed to. For a long time you could get income from YouTube and not claim it, not declare it to your taxes. But for the past 2 years, 3 years, I forget. I would have to ask my accountant to be sure. But basically, at some point they changed the rules where YouTube would send you here we call it a T4, whatever tax paper you guys
Yeah.
have, and they sadly they started declaring it somehow.
I've always me and Spawn were curious about that. So
Uh,
I
for
didn't
a
know you
long
can
t-
do that.
for a long time they wouldn't care, but at some point they started. I guess as soon as they smell that there's a revenue stream that we could get that we're not getting, eventually sooner or later they do something about it.
Right. Well, the more you know, I guess.
Oh no, I'm red. If you guys are wondering, half of the team will be red, half of the team will be blue. And basically, if you're red, you have to go to the red thingy. If you're blue, you have to go to the blue thingy. There's also going to be some red and some blue on the floor. And that's not the red I'm talking about. That red, oh, here you have the blue. Sorry about that. Somehow I don't see the. There we go. Oh, and now we're back to some red. The other half is blue.
This would not be fun if you were colorblind.
Well, they have different symbols. Like one is plus and one is minus. So
That's for those couple of colorblind folks. Yeah.
if you're colorblind, you have no excuse. You should be able to tell them apart.
I don't know. I've been in some raids,
What if
man.
you're
You think
dyslexic
they were like,
and
right,
colorblind?
right,
Then yeah, you have go play Pong.
right. Better just leave DCUO alone. Yeah.
Devs are not inclusive enough.
Well, if you don't include colorblind people, you're not inclusive.
That's right. Batman down. Batman down. Repeat. Batman down.
Super is down also. I don't see. I didn't see him where though.
Batman is up. Much appreciated.
Okay, I don't know if I'm hearing this wrong, but I keep hearing the NPC for Superman saying, I love you.
Maybe he does.
It's that God.
I find that hard to believe, but who knows? There could be someone that loves you.
It's that aftershave, Johnny. It's that aftershave. Telling you.
I just did.
Come on. Yes. Excellent work, everybody.
That was good. So usually, if people follow the mechanic, it shouldn't be too difficult. But you never know. Sometimes there's surprises. And sorry, guys, if sometimes when I get too busy in the game playing the mission, I don't really read the chat. So if you've asked a question or something and I didn't answer it, ask it again a bit later. Odds are I was too busy fighting the evil Oracle. I didn't see the chat. But let me sometimes like right now I'll try to go back a bit. So someone says that the duo runs with like smooth butter with a Skytech PC. That's another thing. Like right now it seems to be doing fine, but I've seen a lot of people not too happy about the lag in the game. I see a lot of complaints about the lag. I can't really complain. There's only the alert. There's this second fight of the alert, I think, where I do have a bit of lag. Like at some point, there's those laser beams that come from the sky. And when there's one laser, it's not too bad. But then at some point, you have two lasers, four lasers, 26 lasers. I exaggerate a bit, but when there's like six laser beams and all the other effects, and then I do get hit with a bit of lag. But that's the one place where I did experience lag so far. And sometimes in the open world, there will be a bit of lag. The other day, there was some of the Brainiac robots were falling through the floor, which I found a bit weird because I was not experiencing lag. I was playing, I did not notice any lag, and then I saw the robots fall through the floor, so I was a bit surprised by that. But I can't really complain about the lag so far. I can't say that I had a lot of that so far. What about you guys?
I've had a little bit of lag here and there. I find mostly in the 4-player. But it's not too bad. It's tolerable.
Yeah, same thing. It's just every once in a while. Could be better.
Oh noes.
Okay, why? Okay, I'm getting lag right here. Like, it's taking a while for these to get aggro.
I'm down.
I'm trying to get him. Yeah, I got him.
The Brainiac Sentry is kicking my butt.
I think they're invincible. I think they're glitched.
No,
And
you have to kind of separate them or
oh,
something like
okay.
that.
From what?
I know
Uh,
multiverse. I got you. I got you. All right.
It doesn't look like anything's working.
let's see if we can focus on the Warp Slayer first. And let's see what happens.
I think they're glitched.
If they're glitched, we'll have to... We'll try again, I suppose.
I don't want to freaking do that.
You can do it, come on!
Oh well, that's down. That's down.
Everyone's just dying. Yeah, it looks like.
Okay, let's...
I mean,
ev-
I've noticed this before in the open world as well.
let's have everyone die. We'll start again. We'll respawn, start again, and we'll see what
All right.
happens.
Okay, let me get rid of my artifact then.
Because the thing is that still didn't have we still didn't have defeated them, and then half of the group started moving forward, but we still had a couple of robots to defeat. So I don't know if that had anything to do with that. So do we have? Let's wait for everyone.
Like I said, I've noticed this in the open world too. So, where there were certain ads that just weren't dying at all. So,
Yeah, the Warp Slayer is there's a bit of lag.
yeah, nothing's
But
dying.
no, the I see the hit points are going down. Like the Brainiac servitor is at about 75%.
I think that's because Superman, though, that is doing damage, not us.
Well, let him do the damage. I don't care. Ah,
Yeah, we're not doing jack crap.
Yeah, I think they're glitched.
Well, I hope the devs are watching this and are going to fix this.
they'll say that we were stuck with Ghost Rider. That's why we failed.
Yeah, it's because we're with the Marvel tune.
Okay,
Alright, I guess we're not playing this.
we'll try the other one then.
Yeah, let's try the other freaking raid. Alright. Alright. Ooh. Piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
How do we leave? Never do that.
I'm going this way. I don't know about you guys.
Well, I was going to just try to disband or something. I just don't know where the option for that is. Never, never really used that. Oh,
Me neither.
that's okay. Someone started it. So just vote yes to disbanding, and we'll play the other raid.
Works for me.
Oh, there we go. So are you excited for Sunday Flashpoint?
Yeah, I gotta look over the script, but, I gave it like a quick look over. I didn't really do a thorough one, but yeah, I'll give that a go probably tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, we'll just wait a minute or two to make sure everyone is ready. So if you guys, if you need to go to the bathroom quick, we'll take 2-3 minutes just to talk, and then we'll cure for the mission.
Deal.
I didn't really look at it fully. Is it like a kind of like a brief script, or is it like a detailed script? You know?
It's simple enough. You'll see, and don't worry too much about it. Odds are we'll probably go off script anyway. We did last time.
Okay, gotcha.
Shadow Knight says hello. Hello, Shadow Knight.
It's much more easier and more natural that way, I find. So
Hello, Lord Crenny. Ecologist. Well, the robot did seem to be glitched, so that sadly that was one of the issue. The choose it says I mainly play DCUO on Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. I don't have an Xbox machine or account, so sadly not really an option. I'm not sure. Scrooge message retracted. I don't know if you retracted your own message or if the evil YouTube did that. Sadly, sometimes YouTube deletes a message or blocks some messages. Why? I have no idea. I can understand if someone is spamming or something, but at some point YouTube has this new spam filter, and you may have noticed, very often, sometimes people will leave a comment, and sometimes I don't really have anything to say to the comment, so I'll just say thank you. And at some point, the evil YouTube was even blocking that, thinking it was some sort of spam or something. So sadly, although it doesn't seem to happen so much now, but at some point that I know at some point they had added a new spam filter that caused that. But right now, that doesn't seem to be an issue, but you never know. Dragon Raids is asking what mission we're going to play. So let's see if people are back. We tried to play the first Brainiac raid. Didn't work too well. So we'll try the second Brainiac raid. So the command ship.
Yeah, that one should be better. And then maybe the open world, I assume, after.
Afterwards, yeah, we could go to the open world. I don't know if you guys need like the old Brainiac Swarm robots, or if we'll go. We actually could go to. We could go to fight the evil gentleman ghost, or maybe we could go back to Dakota City and fight the Fearsome Five. What say you?
Gentleman Ghost.
What do you have against the Fearsome Five?
I just like spooky ghosts.
Oh, Scroll says he retracted, so it's not the evil YouTube. Okay, that's good to know.
Honestly, I mean, I just got bored of what's it called, um, the Static Shock and what's his name there, the Ebon DLC. I got bored of it, so I just don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah, people got bored of that one quick. By the time we got the other one, the Justice League Dark, Cursed, the DLC, uh, people were way overdue for a new DLC at that point.
Hmm.
Although I kind of
I
liked
was
Hey,
the bounties in that one.
I was
those
so
are right.
ready to be over that one. That one.
You see, this seems like a really small detail, but the one thing I actually liked about the open world was the football field because it gave me like a nostalgic feeling of playing Ultimate Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2, where you fight Eddie Brock.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were an ex-football player.
No,
Now I'm
well,
disappointed.
actually, I used to play football actually, but I haven't played now.
I loved the lighting in Dakota City. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I really loved the lighting that was there.
Yeah, the lighting was fine.
It was alright.
The problem with Dakota City is that it had been a long time. Like the previous DLC was the Sins of Black Adam, I think, and it had been a bit like this DLC here. It had been like 7 months or 8 months since we had the DLC at the time. So that was way too long to get a new DLC. So by the time we got the Dakota City DLC, people were already starved for content. That DLC was not enough to be able to satisfy people. And sadly, this DLC seems to have a similar issue, and even worse with some of the bugs and the issues. That makes that even worse. And but the problem is, as
Like I said,
I know some people wanted to wait. Like I know some people wanted DC to wait before releasing this DLC because of the issues. The problem is that it had been 7 freaking months since we had the last DLC, so they had to release something. And even then, like it's been what, a month now, and we still have the issues. So how long would they have had to wait? A month, 2 months, 6 months? It was crazy.
I mean,
They could not wait any longer.
I feel
the
like
thing is,
DC.
sometimes too, they need to actually put, like should put the game on a live server to see some of the bugs too. So
That's true.
these
That
some of these that's the thing, right? That sometimes we just have to go through the bugs for them to get fixed.
just that there are some bugs we already had on the test servers that people pointed out that were not fixed and that we had on the live server. So people expected the DLC to remain on the test server some more. But it had been 7 freaking months since we had the new content. They had to release something.
Yes, they did.
Ah, those freaking spikes. I hate them.
Yeah, I don't really notice them to be honest, but
Well, because you cheat. You're playing God mode.
yeah, I know.
Play like the rest of us, and
Godly.
you'll see what it's like.
It's his godly powers.
Well, he can heal himself to infinity and beyond.
And
I've
beyond
noticed
that too.
in DC, it seems like. I mean, has anybody else noticed it? It almost seems like it's a little dry in DC. Even with this new content, it's really dry. Like, there's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that too? Because I have
Well,
been like,
the month of June started. Like historically, people would stick around until July 4th. And by July 4th, the population would drop like a rock because people would be gone on vacation. But then we had
summer.
this plague of unknown origin for 2 years, and since then, as soon as June 1st comes around, or as soon as we get some nice weather, usually by June 1st, already people leave for vacation. So people seem to leave for vacation earlier than before, because I guess being stuck inside for 2 years, now people want to be outside. They don't want to be inside anymore. And we see that also with the YouTube numbers. We see that other games also see the same phenomenon. Like a lot of games did get quite a boost during the pandemic, but right after, a lot of people decided that they had spent enough time for the past 2 years inside, and now was the time to go outside.
See, I feel like that's for older generations, not really so much younger. Because I mean, when I go outside, I don't see a single kid out playing on a play structure or playgrounds or anything. And if they are, they're playing on their phones while playing on the play structure. Or
Oh, I'm not
something.
talking about the kids.
So
Kids,
I mean,
it's the lion's share of the player base is between 18 and 34. So
which is
these
what I'm saying. Like, it must be an older generation, not a young generation, because the young generations are addicted to their screens. Because yeah,
Yeah, but they can still have their screens outside, but not DCUO. Like you can go outside with your phone or a tablet. Don't think you can go outside
Switch,
with your PlayStation 5. Who play? No one plays on
Switch.
Switch. Johnny, come on.
I'm just saying it's available.
No one plays on that, and the lag on. You think the lag is bad right now on Switch? Even before this DLC, the lag was super bad. Like
And you know what? I can fight you with the PlayStation thing on your phone. There's an app for PlayStation that allows you to actually play on your phone. So
yeah, but
it
play
again,
works.
DC on your phone.
how much lag do you
Yeah,
have?
you can do it. I'm not.
Ew.
Actually, it's not laggy at all. As long as you have like an actual like Wi-Fi
Yeah.
nearby, you're good.
Yeah, but how do you even? I'm like, I would need. I'm sorry, I need the paddle. I have to have
Because
the
because
paddle.
for Switch, I was going to say Sunday when we have that girl from Australia, ask her how bad it is on Switch. She made a few videos where she did show the lag on Switch, and holy crap! I remember a time where I thought the lag was bad on the PlayStation 3 way back when. That was nothing compared to Switch, or even on PlayStation 4. Like before I got my PlayStation 5, the last few months I played the PlayStation 4. Holy crap, the lag was annoying. But compared to Switch, it was running smooth like a baby, or maybe something else.
Are you playing on the PS5 client or the PS4 client right now?
Right now, I'm playing on the PS5 client. Because at some point we started getting the lag even on the PlayStation 4 client, so it seemed pointless to keep on using the PS4 client at that point. So
See, I'm just using the PS4 client because it just seems to have slightly less glitches right now.
Me too.
uh,
I'm doing
I,
the same thing.
I would have said that a couple of weeks ago, but at some point I did seem to have the same issues with PS4 and PS5. So
Oh yeah.
I said screw that, and I uninstalled the PS5 version, the PS4 version, and I'm playing with the PS5 now.
Yeah, until like I see, I don't know, somewhere on the forums, a list of all the glitches that they fixed for the PS5 client, I'm not going to
Oh, just give me a minute,
download it.
guys.
How dare he abandon his family?
Sorry, I just had to take a look at my doggo for a second.
Uh huh.
If you ever hear a little barky machine, it's my dog Rocky.
Or my dog.
Sorry about that. I just got a whole bunch of company. I was like,
It's
shh, shh, shh. Sorry.
it's okay. You can beat them with a stick. We'll give you permission.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
A big
Never a
stick.
dull minute at Wayne Manor. That's right. Every time I have to answer a call, Wayne Enterprises, how can I help you?
Well, there was this emote where they did not emote this meme of Batman slapping Robin around. So that's it. We can expect that from Batman at Wayne Manor,
That all day, all
of
day.
course.
Despite many flaws, you both were my prime templates when it came to designing exosuits. It is a simple matter using them
That
against
looks familiar. I have this sense of deja vu even when I look at Brainiac.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. Is there something we should know about this other than avoiding the Alex bomb? Oh yeah,
Don't
the consoles.
don't die. Just don't die.
Don't we have to like activate the? No, there we go.
Just don't die.
Sorry guys if I'm not looking in the chat. I'm a bit busy right now. When things are going smoothly, I can take a look at the chat at the same time. But if I do that here, I'll probably die, and then Johnny will use that against me.
Yep.
Oh,
All right. Just Superman left.
could have sworn I saw him in the corner here. Did you notice sometimes you'll get the same NPC twice, especially in the cutscenes?
Yes. In the duo,
Yeah, in the
I was
duo.
able to I was able to get Martian Manhunter to spawn twice,
Yeah.
and fight. They were fighting each other as well, which is the funniest thing ever. Oh, that hurts. I didn't realize I had to move.
And I even had to shield you.
No, no, no. I'm good. I have lasers.
Got that God mode he's in.
Oh, God. Someone got him.
That Future Flash doing that healing? Who's doing that healing?
Oh, he's doing fine.
Yes.
Saved my butt.
For someone who joined as a DPS, he's doing good. Sadly, a problem that that we have in game, and it's been like that way back when. I remember way back when in the days of D&D. I don't know if you guys ever played D&D.
Yep.
No.
We always had someone who had to literally sacrifice themselves to be the healer of the group because no one wants to be the healer, and it's been like that for ages. And at some point, they even gave quite a boost to the healer class to quote unquote encourage people to be healers.
I mean, you know what? I used to be a healer before because I mean, to this day, I still like eating while I play a game. So I would just, it gave me a reason to like stay behind and not worry about dying while I eat my food.
I used to be a healer, and I took an arrow to the knee.
It happens. I guess you played Skyrim one time too many.
Once or twice.
I should try. Did you try Elder Scroll Online?
I did not.
Yeah.
No. Was it good?
No,
No.
I did not try it, so I
I
was
liked
wondering.
it.
I should probably give it a try, but
A
I
lot of
don't
people
like.
like it.
I don't like the
I can
visuals.
see why people. I can see why people like it in terms of gameplay, but I don't know. It's just it feels way too much like a lot of other games I play, and yeah, the visuals just aren't really that exciting to me.
Oh, Goji is asking a pertinent question. He says, "I don't know you're streaming now. What's your schedule?" We will go live at 5 every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it should be a weekly thing. And ideally, we will play the latest DLC, or if there is a bonus week, like let's say next week we have the Atlantis bonus week, that is what we would play. Uh, Although next week, yeah, I should probably mention that. Next week, what we will do is that I got a whole bunch of codes again from the devs. So next week we will give out some codes.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you got a new set. Is it something new or is it the same thing?
No, it's going to be the same thing, but so for some reason they had a whole bunch of extra codes still. So I know they offered some to Meta Knight. Like Meta Knight had their have her 6 year anniversary or something coming up. So and they
Hmm.
offered me also some more codes. So next Friday we will end out a whole bunch of codes, and depending on how it'll go, we'll probably play some bounties afterwards. We'll see. So if somehow you were not able to get a code last week, come back next week. We will have a whole bunch of code for you guys. I'll make an announcement probably a bit later next week to remind people.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would do a one, maybe like a week prior, maybe then one the day before, and then one day of, maybe,
No, I will
just to
remind
kind of get.
people. I toyed with
Yeah, some
splitting it
people.
into multiple live streams, but then I decided, nah, let's give it all in one go.
Ah, gotcha.
Like I could have milked it and say, okay, for the next 3 weeks we'll give I don't know 50 codes a week. We're not going to do that.
I must seek out more suitable ones of
Okay.
both magic and
Who knows? Hopefully we'll get some more codes later down the line. We'll see. I know that for some people, like you're getting the stall when they further stall with the code. I know that for a lot of people that's not very exciting, but you're also getting some radar enhancers and some bank bots.
Yeah, those are the more important things to me, like the bank bots. I like bank bots. Any type of bots, to be honest, I like.
So if you even if you don't care about the style, you do have a few radar enhancers or a few bank bots. So let us go
Fair
to
enough.
let us go to Chaos Gotham.
Hey, do you know when they plan on releasing the new artifacts?
I have no idea. I know they did some fix to one of them. It's on the test server right now, and from my understanding, I think they removed the other one from the test server. But
Oh,
I have to
that's not
admit,
good.
I did not look much into the. I know that they did make some changes to the tank artifacts, uh, but I did not really experiment with it much, or actually at all. I just looked at the.
Chaos or cursed, because they're
I think you meant
completely
cursed.
different.
Oh, did I say
Okay.
chaos? My bad. I meant curse. Cursed.
Yeah,
Cursed.
Cursed, right? Cursed.
Cur- Cursed.
I am here to help. I
Cursed.
Is it cursed or cursed?
Mm, that's
oh,
cursed.
cursed, I'd say.
This
Cursed.
magical
Same.
chaos knows no end but the one you make.
Just tell him leave that in the comments below. Is it cursed or cursed? Try and spell it differently.
I suppose.
Tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
All
Chaos.
right, all of that. What he just said.
It's okay.
All right, y'all
Although,
coming or what?
let's go to
I'm reading
the ghost.
missions right now.
Phase one or phase six or for phase three? Sorry.
Let's stay where we are. There should be room for people, will they? Yeah, yeah. There's
Okay.
18 out of the 40, so phase three. So for those wondering, we're currently on phase three. If you're not sure, just go in the name of any one of our characters, and then select phase width. Is it phase width? Yeah, phase width. So if you guys want to come to the open world, even if you're not in the group, you can still come and we'll play some bounties. We'll start with Gentleman Ghost. We'll go play the Gorgon afterwards. And who knows, maybe we'll go to Dakota City afterwards. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So just wait a bit. There's a few people that are still not here yet. They can be repairing. We don't repair no more.
Mm-hmm. Man, I love that. I just want to put that out there. I love that.
I actually miss it. Not gonna lie. Maybe I'm
Shh.
crazy, but I
Shh.
actually
You're
miss it.
crazy. You're crazy.
Oh yeah, we could go. Do you guys need the tumblers?
What is it?
Yeah, we can do it later.
Well, I've already done
I'm
it.
starting it.
You start. Well, okay. All right.
Plenty of time to get here.
That's okay. We'll play the bounty here. We'll play the bounties. I'm hesitant to go to the tumblers because I fear that if there's a lot of people, we will probably break the game. But let's give it a try anyway. So guys, if you want to come and join us in Chaos Gotham, you can. Or Cursed Gotham. Cursed Gotham. I didn't say Chaos, I swear. Afterwards, we'll go to the Brainiac open world and maybe see if we can fight some tumblers. And then we might go to Dakota City to fight the bounties. We'll see how long it takes us to do all that. Yeah, yo, Bard. Sometimes with the tumblers, it's a bit fishy. Sometimes there's barely any tumblers spawning. Sometimes there's so many of them, it's crazy.
Well, see, I think originally there was a lot of them, and then they changed it just recently to not having them at all. Basically, spawning as great as they used to be. Because I think people were complaining before that there was too many people
Nah,
or too
sometimes it
many
depends.
tumblers.
Sometimes it seems to depend on the phase. Like sometimes you barely have any in one phase. You go to another phase, and there's literally thousands of them. So I don't know.
Maybe, I
It
don't
might
know.
be a phase thing.
Because when I played the last few times, there like the last I don't know 3-4 days, there's been like almost nothing there. But then like some point last week, there was a crap ton of them every single day.
No, yesterday I played the mission of my multiverse. There wasn't many. Then I played it with my Superman character, and the map was filled with them. Even yesterday,
Interesting.
it seems to be depending on the phase, but I can't say for sure because I don't know for sure.
Interesting. So it's very inconsistent then.
Yes, it is. Like the same with the freaking the Brainiac wings or something.
That's annoying. I like it when there's a lot of them, to be honest.
Well, it goes quick when there's a lot of them.
Hmm.
There's one time where it took me 2 minutes to get all of them.
That's how it should be. Man, I am hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day.
Too late. You'll have to wait at least 10 more minutes, maybe
That's
more.
not fun. That's not fun.
Thanks, you Naruto.
Said he's wasting away over there.
I'm withering away right now.
You'll be
Like
fine.
Homer Simpson.
You
He's
can
so hungry.
you can spend months without food. You'll be fine.
Batman down. Batman down.
Technically, it's like, I think 40 days is what the average person can go without, like, eating food.
No, you can last easily 2 months. I've done enough survival training. I can tell you, you can last quite a while.
Interesting.
Sleep is what you actually need more. You can go a few days without sleep before it really affects you.
And you start
Yeah, but what if you're so
hallucinating
hungry
about
you can't
Morgan.
sleep?
Well, usually after 3 days you start hallucinating. Like I remember way back when we would see pink elephants and that kind of stuff. But you need the priorities is you need to find some place to sleep first, and then you have to worry about finding food. For water, you can last at least a week, but probably more. But we never went more than 1 week without water. But for food, you can last at least 2 months.
Did you see that? That was a pretty good looking Batman. And then there was the NPC.
I thought we were talking about the NPC.
We weren't.
Okay, let's go to the Brainiac open world.
I
Uh,
am.
Bottle DC.
yeah.
Alright.
If Johnny isn't dead of starvation afterwards, we'll go to Dakota City.
Yeah. Alright. Do you, on the test server, do they have the next open world boss yet, or have they not shown them yet?
No, they didn't show that yet. At the time, all they had was the tumblers and the big Brainiac robot, the
So which one do you
overseer.
want to do, the tumblers
Let's
or
see if
the?
if the tumblers aren't there. It's going to be simple enough. The tumblers are not there yet, so we'll have to go get the big robot. So, guys, if you want to come and join us, we're in phase 9. So, if you want to come and join us to fight the big robot, we'll wait a minute or two
I'm
before we
fighting
get.
them.
Oh, you're
I'm
fighting him
already
already?
fighting.
Ah, evil
Yeah.
Johnny. Can't even wait for everyone.
He
It's
needs a
okay.
Snickers.
You got lots of time.
Oh, someone sent me a
I do
tale.
need a Snickers.
Someone sent me a tale in Spanish. Bad news. No comprendo español. I don't speak Spanish, sadly. I know it may be a cousin to the language of the French. Sadly, I don't know. I don't know Spanish. I don't know Italian. I know a little bit of German, just enough to be able to order food.
Yeah.
But no, I know you're hoping that there'll be a new boss at some point, maybe. But we have no idea what the boss will be. In the past, when they would add a new boss like the Gentleman Ghost, we found out pretty much almost the day they added him, or maybe a day or two before.
So
So
do you
if
have
they're
any ideas on what you think it'll be?
no idea at this point, it could be anything. It's probably I suspect the odds are it's going to be Brainiac related, but what's it going to be? I don't know.
I think it's going to be a Brainiac controlled heroes and villains. Is what I think it's going to be.
Could be.
I'd be
But
alright with
it'll
that.
like it'll change though. You know, like one day it might be I don't know. Like one time it'll spawn it might be Jon Stewart. Next time it might be I don't know.
Didn't we already get
Um,
that with Flashpoint?
Gilligrod. Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me to do it.
Because right now they don't really tell us anything. Like you may have noticed, we did not get a bonus week this week, and no one told us that it would not happen. So why did we not get a bonus week? Why didn't why did they not tell us there was no bonus week? I have no idea.
That's true. Communication between them and the player base could be better.
Um, it could be, but I don't think it seems to be on purpose. It doesn't seem to be an accident. It seems to be they want to keep the information as secret as possible until the very last minute. I think it's something Kendrick mentioned, or he mentioned something similar in an interview or two. So sadly, it seems to be a strategy from the new producer, or it could be also the new creative director. We haven't heard anything about him just yet.
And
But
I
one thing
actually
for
hope these
sure,
new devs pay attention to the community. I really hope they actually watch, you know, all the different YouTubers' streams and videos and whatnot, so they can actually
Absolutely.
understand how the community works.
maybe.
Because I know a lot of the old ones didn't really eh, care, or if they did watch, again, they just didn't really do anything with the information. You know, just kind of, it felt like they just went ahead and did their own thing and didn't really consider a lot of the community's feedback.
I
So,
would expect the same here. In theory, we have a new crop of devs. Like we a whole bunch of devs will let go. If I recall correctly, it should be like there's about 15 devs that were let go last February. So there's at the very least 15 new people on the team right now. But even before that, like when Jackster left with a whole bunch of people, that made room for a bunch of new devs. So at this point, there might be a few devs that have been there for a while. Like Red 5 has been there for a bit. Uh, what's her name? Glitter seems to have been there for a long time. But as a rule of thumb, I would say that we pretty much have a new team of devs, and more importantly, a new team of leaders, a new leadership with the new creative director and the new producer, and there's someone else also that was new. So they seem to have a whole bunch of new people, but also new people in key positions and positions where they would make decisions.
hmm
But
yeah,
I, I
I hope these guys do well.
but I don't think they will. I think they will do their own thing, and I don't think that they'll care very much about what we ask for. And we've seen too many examples of that so far. To like how long have we been asking for a slimline with a bigger emblem? And they it's been years and years and years, and they just don't want to do it.
I'm
It's like the
convinced
sit-
at this point that they're just not allowed to do it for whatever reason. Because
That's
there's
like the
no
sitting
way.
emote. I've always wanted a chair. You know, something you can like an emote. You know how you can sit and read. Again, I know we've had this conversation before. I would love something to sit down, like a
Yes.
sitting down emote.
Maybe you're right, Johnny. Maybe they're not allowed to, but I don't know about that because there's a few times where we did mention that maybe it was DC's fault that they were not allowed to do certain things. And I seem to recall, I forget if it's Sharon or maybe Red Five who mentioned something like the six dimension Superman chess piece. When we did get the style, people were wondering like how come we did not get the big S on the chess piece, and people started blaming DC for that. But then again, I forget if it's Red Five or Sharon. One of the two pretty much mentioned that no, they could have done the big S, but they wanted to have the style so that it could be used by anyone, even if you were not a Superman character. They wanted people to be able to use the style. And
Which fair enough, but they could have just done what they did with the Beyond chest and given us both.
you're way too fast, too fast. Uh, I said exactly that. I said why not? I said something along the line like solution is simple: make one version without the emblem and one version with the S emblem. And apparently, they didn't want to do that. It was too much work or something like that. So it wasn't an accident if we did not get the S on the Six Dimension Superman chess piece. They did not want to give it to us. It wasn't DC's fault. It was a decisions from the dev.
That's crazy.
Which might be why we keep on getting less popular styles, let's say, and we're not getting the styles people are asking for. They're giving us the style that they want to give us, and that's it.
From a business standpoint, you don't ever want to upset your money. You know what I mean? I know we've had this conversation so many times, but
Sure.
really, I don't understand that logic of thinking. I just don't get it.
You would think that, but we at every turn we see Star Wars do that. Like right now, Star Wars are very proud to say that they're making Star Wars for a new audience, and they're pretty much giving the finger to the older audience.
Agreed.
We're seeing that in games as well. Games are trying very hard to move on to a new audience and to give the finger to the old audience. Comics have been doing that for at least the New 52. So,
And look how they're doing.
well,
I mean, look how Star Wars is doing. It's not doing good. It's not working. You think, again, from a business standpoint, you'd be like, okay, that's my money that I'm going home with, and I'm not going to risk it because I want to follow politics of the day.
yeah,
No,
but
thank you.
there seems to be other consideration than money. Sadly, money doesn't seem to be their main concern, or doesn't seem to be a concern at all. Until they get fired and lose their job, then yeah, they'll complain that they got fired. But the money doesn't seem to be the motivator right now, or the
I
main
agree.
concern.
Which is crazy, by the way. That's crazy.
That is, but what can you do? At the end of the day, well, we talked about that, but at the end of the day, the devs supply us with a sandbox,
Hmm.
and we decide how we play in that sandbox. Like, yeah, we could decide to create. We still have enough styles to be able to create iconic characters.
Absolutely.
Sure, it would be nice to get some nicer styles or some better styles or more options to be able to do that. But already we do have those options. Or even way back when I remember way back when we did not have a Superman emblem, people would still find a way to make a Superman character. They would use the S emblem, they would use the Shield emblem. At some point, they would use when they added the House of L emblem, the people would use that. So there were options to be able to do it. It wasn't perfect, but if people want to play a Superman, they're going to play a Superman. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what you try to do to prevent them from doing that. They're going to do what they want. So again, if you guys played Dungeons and
Hmm.
Dragons, we have the dungeon master who pretty much supply the game, is the game master for the group. But at the end of the day, the group decides what they want to do. If they decide they want to turn left, they turn left. If they decide they want to turn right, they turn right. And there's not much the dungeon master can do against that. I, Sometimes he'll ruin his plans. Like I've seen the dungeon masters who had carefully they had prepared a whole campaign. They were ready to go, and then the players went into a complete different direction that pretty much threw the campaign out of the window. There's a funny sketch about that with what's their name, All for One or something like that, from Deerstalker Production, where you have the dungeon master who pretty much prepared his campaign, and the players derail the campaign right from the start. So at the end of the day, DC Universe Online, the devs supply us a sandbox, and we do what we want within that sandbox.
Absolutely. The sandbox analogy is fantastic. You're absolutely right about that. It's absolutely a sandbox.
And I
But you know,
understand that, yeah, go on.
I was going to say, but just as fans of, and here's another thing that DC has going for it. We've said this before as well. DC, you have Batman games and you have Batman options, Bat Family options. You don't have Superman games. You don't have Wonder Woman games. You don't have Green Knight. You see what I'm saying? They
Yes.
really have an advantage.
Well, for Superman, there seemed to be a desire not to have a Superman game. I can't explain why exactly, but that seems to be because we heard for years and years that I think it's Rocksteady were planning to make a Superman game, and ultimately DC told them no, we don't want such a game. So they
I mean, they try they try very hard too, not just with um, what's it called, Superman, but with other characters such as like Green Arrow. Whenever they try to do it, they try to make it more about the characters around them rather than the main characters themselves.
Yeah, that too.
Right now, I don't know if I'd want them trying to make a really decent game because the atmosphere of game making right now, for instance, I don't want to run anybody down, but the Suicide game that's out right now, just awful. Just awful. I mean, it's not something that, I mean, and it shows in the numbers. It was something that the fan base and the consumers were not looking for. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So I don't,
this is what I like to say is this, okay? Who in the world asks for a game where you kill the Justice League?
No one.
nobody,
Yeah, but
right?
as much as sadly, as much as the devs don't control what the player do, the players don't control what the devs do either. If the devs decide to make a game, Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, the only thing we can do is not buy it and not play it. But that's not going to force them to make a Justice League game. Like you could think that okay, Suicide Squad failed, let's make a Justice League game then. That seems to be what players want. That doesn't seem to be part of the equation. That just even if the game fails, they might not still give us what we want. And I don't know if you guys saw Kevin Smith at some point was doing those talk in colleges, I think. And at some point he talks about his experience with John Peters. Did any of you guys saw that?
I didn't.
No.
Go ahead and enlighten us.
Well,
What you got?
basically, at some point, Kevin Smith was considered to write the next Superman movie. At the time, it was before the Tim Burton Superman movie. Oh, sorry about that. So it was before. Oh, where am I going? Oh, let's go to Dakota City.
Dakota City. All right. Let me get the whatever for that just now. That was a good run, everybody, for all of y'all who joined. Excellent, excellent.
It went smooth. So anyway, Kevin Smith was supposed to write Superman at the time. I think it was called Superman Lives or something like that.
Flash, what are you doing?
And basically, he went through. He had to jump through various hoops until at the very end he met the main producer, John Peters. John Peters was one of the producers on Batman, and later on he produced Wild Wild West and stuff like that. And he was the producer for that new Superman movie.
Say, don't I owe you $5?
And so when he met Kevin Smith, he gave him three rules to follow. The first rule is that he did not want the character to fly, no flying for Superman. He did not want the character in costume. He hated the costume. Let's just say that. And the last thing is that he wanted Superman to fight a big giant spider. So these were the rules. So already the guy at the top, you could tell that he didn't like Superman very much. He didn't want to see the costume. He didn't want to see the character fly. So right there and then, that tells you the people at the head of the pyramid, the people that are in decisions to make in positions to make those decisions, people who hold the power to make those decisions, they don't like the characters to begin with. So when right from the
Right.
start, those people don't like the characters or even maybe hate the characters. That's probably
I'm
why
going
we
to
don't have a
Kimmel.
that's probably why we don't have a Superman game. Because odds are whoever's at the top hates the character and says screw that, we're not making a game with this character.
Johnny, hold up. We're trying to get everybody
Yeah,
before
Johnny,
you
too
get over there.
quick. Wait for people.
Too quick. Way too quick. Way too quick.
Somebody else already been
Doesn't
attempted,
matter.
so
It's still your fault.
that's fine.
It's he who plays God mode.
So you're with Kemo is what you says. So Big Bang, I think.
What phase is
Yes,
everybody in? Are y'all with us over here or
I'm
So
in
we're in.
this one.
Oh well, there's
in
two
this one?
phases.
It's in this one.
We're in phase one. So if you guys want to come join us, there seems to be some room.
Well, there's only two phases anyway. All right.
So anyway, so when you consider that the very people in charge don't seem to like the character very much, if not literally hate the characters, what else? What else? What else can you really expect?
See that goes back
A
to the
work
Luke
of art.
Skywalker. That
Uh,
goes back to the Luke Skywalker thing. That
yeah,
they hated Luke. You know.
yeah, pretty much.
That kind of mentality, just I don't get it. You know, you kill off your past, and that no. No, you got people who have loved some of these characters since they were a kid. It reminds, stuff like Star Wars, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all that kind of stuff. It reminds people of better times. You know what I mean? Remember, it reminds them of their, sitting in the movie theaters with their dad, and now their dad is gone.
Sure.
Passed away. I mean, it reminds, and then you've got these people in here who are like, well, we're gonna get rid of the past. We're gonna get rid of the past, and then they don't realize that what you're getting is you're taking that. I mean, we all grumble about nostalgia, but nostalgia sells because it reminds us of a better time. It's just not. It's just, again, like you say, they're not worried about money, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, sadly, sometimes life doesn't make any sense.
You
I
got
did.
that right.
I did not notice. Did you see which bounty was spawning while we fought Chemo? Oh,
No, I'm just
Dr.
going
Light
through
and
the
Gizmo.
I was about to say that. I didn't say.
Which one's that?
It's Dr. Light and Gizmo.
It's right next to where we were with Chemo.
I'm just teleporting.
Sorry, guys. I'm not ignoring the chat, but all the fighting, fighting and talking at the same time is challenging enough. Sadly, we need a third eye to take a look at the chat. I'll try to take a look at the chat in just a minute.
I was about to say that's some challenging stuff trying to do that anyway, guys.
Well, I thought I could do that because usually we have to wait for those bounties. So I figured while we wait for the bounties, I'll take a look at the chat. And there wasn't much waiting so far.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's because Chemo's his own bounty, right? That's separate from these bounties. So you should have time now.
Okay, there we go. So let's go to the next bounty.
I was about to say it's been a minute. What was the next bounty? I forget.
That's with the whole group.
Okay, all of them.
All of them. Okay, so let me go back a bit. So sorry, the interior area was filled with tumblers. Okay. Oh, someone is asking, do you know why the Washington Monument was caved in? Was the Rock of Eternity? I don't know. It seems to. If you guys have the small, like the small, I would say Black Adam statue that you can have in your lair that floats around. Somehow they squeezed that into the Washington Monument in the latest map in the Brainiac open world. Why did they do that? I have no idea. Maybe it's a cool Easter egg. Maybe it's a hint of things to come. I couldn't even begin to guess. At this point, your guess is as good as mine. Did you guys notice that?
No, I never
No,
noticed it.
I'll show it to you after this. Once we're done with the bounties here, I'll show it to you.
Alright.
Someone is mentioning James Gunn. Now that James Gunn is at the DC, he will notice us at least. Maybe I seen the latest image he showed us of Superman. I'm not sure if James Gunn is going to be the savior that people think he will be. And he seems to like a very specific era of DC. He seems to like the era where Grant Morrison. He seems to like the era of DC by Grant Morrison and the era of DC by Tom King. So Grant Morrison, yeah, I suppose there was some good stuff in there. I'm not. I can't say I'm a big fan of Grant Morrison. I enjoyed his Justice League run, his JLA run, and I enjoyed probably some other stuff he did. But I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of Grant Morrison. And Tom King, I won't say anything about Tom King. What about you guys?
I probably wasn't born.
I don't know. I would say I'm afraid I'm with Multi on this one. I don't think that James Gunn is going to deliver as much as I hope so. I mean, I'm always hopeful. As a fan, I don't want to see anything fail. But I mean, to say that James Gunn, I think he's going to bring a lot of comedy to it. Um,
Yeah.
some of that stuff's okay, but like you have to go off the source material, in my opinion, to make a really good movie about superheroism. So yeah, I think it's going to be more of I think it's going to be more of like the comedic things that you see. Again, I hope it succeeds. I hope it's everything where because as a fan, I don't want to see it fail. But they need. I will say
I'm
this: they need to
just
take some time and build the universe the way Marvel did. Marvel has had a good, strong 20-year run. You know what I mean? They need to take that example and run with it. They need to move forward by gradually, each and every, take, I don't know, just for an example, take your big three, Soups, Bats, and Wonder, and make individual movies, bring that universe together, make it all, you see what I'm saying? Like, I felt like the last universe kind of rushed themselves into the Justice League movie. You could have really took time and built, you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's all.
see. I haven't been excited for any like superhero movies at all in the last few years. Like, don't get me wrong. I was excited to see Michael Keaton specifically return as Batman, but I wasn't overall excited for the film. Like besides him as an actor coming back, there hasn't been anything I've been excited for at least like I don't know 6 maybe 7 years from both Marvel and DC. Like I don't know, I'm not excited for anything that he's gonna come out with. Maybe I'll see one film that he'll come out with, and he might sway um, my mind with any future projects. But as of right now, nothing's really got my attention.
Well, for people who like like if you like the Peacemaker, if you like the Suicide Squad that James Gunn made, then yeah, I can understand if you're hopeful and if you think James Gunn will do a good job. But on the other hand, if you did not like those, then you're probably not you're probably still worried about what's gonna happen. And the first picture we saw of Superman sadly showed us that he's probably going to go for a non-heroic Superman, which is a bit worrisome to begin with. Like the costume, depending on the lighting and the 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 way the film is filmed, the costume could look fine. But we didn't really get a good look at the costume, what it actually really looks like. We just saw him in a sitting position, putting on his boot. So until we actually see him standing and with again the proper lighting and the proper color timing and all that, things could be very different. Sorry about that.
I don't know. I again, I'm not super excited about it because again, I mean, I'm biased. I don't really care for Superman. But B, it's just like there hasn't been anything good from Marvel or DC that has been like in the 8 or 9 or 10 out of 10s, ratings. So
Sure. But James Gunn can do a good film. That we have no doubt. Like we did make the first two Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't see the third one,
they
so
were fine.
I can't really say. But the first two were fine. The characters were fine. The oh,
I will say this
sure.
is that the one specific character arcs is pretty good, but the overall movie, in my opinion, isn't that great.
The overall movie was fine, and the soundtrack was pretty much a genius. Like
For
they probably
for
sold
number three though,
they probably sold as many, if not more, soundtracks than the actual movie. So that, but I haven't seen the third one again, so I don't know.
that's the one I'm talking about. Number three.
Oh, number three, I didn't see it yet. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the story arc is not great, but sorry, the overall story isn't great, but the one specific character that I'm referencing is good though. It's only one character that makes the entire film good, in my opinion. All right, are we done here?
we still have two bounties. Okay, we're done. We're done. My doggo is getting a bit impatient. Let me go first to Blade. Blade is sadly things are not going good for Blade.
What do you mean?
The at some point the director left. Then it seems now the actor left, or he wants to leave. There's a whole bunch of production problems behind the scene,
Hmm. Interesting.
and also some of the leaks at some point were suggesting that it's not really going to be a movie about Blade. It's going to be about his daughter. So
Okay.
it's a bit worrisome, let's say.
All right. I'm gonna House of Legends claiming some stuff.
Did they fix the problem? I have no
Where'd you go?
idea. Ah, wrong map again. Oh, not sure why I'm going there.
Where did you want to go?
Let's go to the bottled DC.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you the what the guy was talking about the Washington Monument.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, like Jack is mentioning, like basically they went through various scripts, they went through various directors, and the last rumors we heard was that the actor was pretty much ready to call it quits and leave. Uh, so I'm not sure. I'm a bit curious or surprised. Like basically they did not want to cast Wesley Snipes again because apparently he's too old. But the guy they selected not much younger than Wesley, I think. So that was a bit strange.
Okay. Are you on top of it?
No, there's a crack in the side of the monument. Do you see here? And there's
No.
a little where is it?
Oh, right here.
Yeah, okay. So there's a little Shazam symbol there.
Interesting. That's an odd choice.
So people are wondering, what is that? Is that just an Easter egg?
Probably.
Is that does that mean anything? Is that a hint of maybe the next DLC or of things to come? We will never know.
Hmm. I've never even seen that.
Okay, I got some stick drift apparently. I gotta fix that.
Droopy asks, or says, I hope they make the Lantern series good. We don't know anything about the Lantern series other than it's going to be like a body cop movie or series or a space cop series or something like that. We really don't know that all that much about that series. Let's go back to the House of Legends.
See.
House of Legends.
Courtney, we're pretty much about to wrap up. I think we're done here.
Been a good time. Before we wrap, you want to try that original 8 man again? One more time.
Uh,
See if it goes
nah,
over
we're
or not.
nah, we're done.
All right.
Anyway, there's no point if it's going to glitch. We'll try it again in next week or the week after. We'll see.
Fair enough.
So yeah, so Jack Scully, yeah, Blade is it's not in limbo just yet, but or is it in limbo? I haven't heard. I haven't heard much about it lately.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention to anything again, Marvel or DC related because again I lost interest. So
So he just wasn't interested.
Sorry, Courtney. Although, so for those of you guys who missed the stream for whatever reasons, obviously we will go live at 5 next Friday. Next Friday we'll have a whole bunch of codes to give to you guys. So that's going to be pretty much the main. So we'll probably give the codes, talk about DCUO, and maybe go play a few missions. We'll see how it works out. But this Sunday, also at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have what we call DCUO Let's Talk, where basically we will talk about DCUO, hopefully about the latest news, although not much in news to talk about lately. But we'll figure something out, and also we'll talk about DC Universe Online in general. And we will have a special guest, that girl from Australia. We will have our friend also Johnny Blaze who will be there. And we should have also Nyx the Black Mask. So if you guys want to come and join us
Hopefully.
Sunday just to talk about DCUO, well, it would be nice. And again, next week, for Friday at 5, next week, I will have a whole bunch of codes to give out. So if you guys want to have a code to get it's going to be the same code, the same rewards as last time. So basically the Fallen God style. You're going to get 5 Proto Bank bots and 5 radar enhancers. Or radar scanner? R&D scanners, sorry. 4 R&D scanners and 5 Proto Bank bots. That's much appreciated, JLA members. You're welcome, the Marvel, the Maverick. Sorry. So, any last words you guys want to have?
As
Thanks.
I was about to say, it's been a fantastic stream, fantastic time. Y'all have a great night, day, wherever you're at. Don't forget to like this video, man. I'm looking on it right now. It only says there's 2. One's me. So like that video.
Refresh. It'll show more.
Oh, okay. I ain't refreshing until we're done.
No
All
like
right,
for
guys.
you.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks for having us, and yeah, I hope everybody has a great day or night. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
I'd
eat.
like to. I'd like to. Yeah, it's gonna go eat. I'd like to try and make that next stream we do. We'll see. We'll see what the schedule looks like.
So, guys, thank you for watching. I'll wish you guys a good weekend. And again, this Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have our DCO Let's Talk. And next week at Live at 5, we will have a whole bunch of codes to give to you guys. So if you did not get a code last time, you'll get a chance to get a code once more. So, guys, have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys next time.